At exactly 3:50 p.m., we set off from the bridge landing site. The boat's engine hums to life, cutting through the still waters of Lake Bunyonyi. In just under 15 minutes, we reach Bwama Island, once a leper colony, now transformed into a beacon of education for the area. We arrive just as the last lessons of the day are in full swing. At Lake Bunyonyi Secondary School, the class is packed. The SS class is quieter with fewer students today. The heavy rains in the early afternoon kept many of them home. But a recent storm left its mark. 2 school buildings were left partly roofless, and some staff quarters have been completely flooded. These houses, built in 1948, originally housed caretakers for the leprosy patients who once lived here. Nicholas Kashumba is the school's head teacher.
I'm staying the deputy in the same house because the deputy head teacher's house was completely destroyed.
Started in 1989, the school now has an enrollment of over 270 learners.
And in terms of enrollment, we are a total of 273, and the number of girls is bigger than the number of boys, and most of our students performed with the A, B, C. We had a very few students with D, and the USCE 2025, we also performed well because we had 12 students who sat for USCE, and 9 passed with 2 principal passes, and the first one got 14, and the last one has 6 points.
Over the years, the school has transformed lives of students from the area, some turning out to be prominent.
The school has progressed important people. Like, for example, the spokesperson of the Electoral Commission and not be here. We have Dr. Roger Zakatwijuka, who is an associate dean at Kabale University. They are not be here.
The school has had several challenges, the biggest being transport for both students and the teachers across the waters.
Initially, our students used to come in dugout canoes, but we organized the parents, and they are contributing money for motorboat transport. The students come at once, but still they contribute money, which some parents don't pay promptly. That's the main challenge. The second challenge is, of course, staffing.
Though they brought some new curriculum textbooks, but they are still few, because you find like in a class of 45 students taking a subject, they be having like 6 textbooks.
While the school has a computer lab, it lacks internet connectivity and electricity to run the machines.
It was struck by lightning. The one we have was provided by the school itself, so it's not enough, and even it is affecting reading.
The Kabale District Education Officer Moses Tumwijuche confirms these challenges.
Sometimes when teachers are deployed here, they end up refusing to come. So there is also a challenge of teachers' accommodation.
He notes that whenever it rains, the learners arrive at school late and is concerned that every time a child's life is lost on the lake.
We had a challenge last year where 2 of our children from this school drowned.
Bwama Primary School, having an enrollment of 434 pupils with just 11 teachers, the challenges are not different.
We have enrollment totaling to 434, and the number of teachers are 11.
The head teacher, Patience Tweheo, says sometimes many children come to school without the required scholastic materials, while others have to study on empty stomachs.
And that is a challenge, because when the child is at school, you find them sleeping, dozing.
Many of these had to move with their packed lunch to be able to have a meal while at school. A number of them, as you can see, have life jackets. Many are not in good shape, but this is all they have to be able to survive. The head teachers and the DEO have appeals to make to the government.
And we would request that if they can do school-based recruitment, then it would help us. because we have people who are teaching here, not on a payroll, who are passing the harsh conditions here.
We have maintained with the government to help us about transport, but they have not explained why they have not supported our school.
We appeal to the government and all other key stakeholders if they can give this school a consideration of constructing staff houses to accommodate the teachers. So we also appeal if they spare some special funding which can be used, for instance, to fuel the motorboat.
At the end of the day, these pupils have to board a boat to be able to return home. They use the same means in the morning to come. However, officials here say every time it rains, many of them cannot show up. I'm Benjamin Jumbe, NTV.